Welcome to Truth Uncovered. Today, we're diving deep into something most men feel but few ever put into words. It's that moment when you stop chasing, when you finally stop explaining, when you stop caring, and you vanish not out of course, and you vanish not out of rage, not out of weakness, but out of evolution. You become unreachable, not blocked, not playing games, but gone emotionally, spiritually, psychologically. And in that disappearance, she starts to obsess, because nothing is louder than a man's silence when it's rooted in growth, not games. This isn't just no contact. This is no longer being available to someone who fumbled your worth. This is what happens. You don't just go quiet. You go unreachable. Let's begin. Point 1. You didn't block her. You became untouchable. She still has your number. She can still message in theory. She can reach out at any time, but deep down she knows something has changed. Because the door might be open, but the soul that once stood behind it is gone. You didn't just shut her out. You disappeared from within. No announcement. No fight, just emptiness where your energy used to be, and that scares her more than any argument ever could. Most men block to provoke a reaction. You didn't. You didn't want to be seen. You wanted to be free, and now she's knocking on a door that leads to nowhere. She sends a message, no response. She watches your stories, no posts. She talks to your friends, they shrugged. You've pulled your energy so far back, she's not even sure you exist in the same world anymore, and that's what haunts her. 2. You stopped caring. She started craving. There was no speech, no grand exit, just peace. And peace is terrifying to someone who thrives on chaos. She thought she had time. She thought you'd always orbit her universe. But the truth, the moment you stopped caring, she started craving. Not your words, not your body, your attention. The same attention she once overlooked now keeps her up at night. And the irony, you didn't try to make her miss you. You simply got tired of showing up for someone who didn't value your presence. Now she's addicted to what she once ignored. Your care became currency the moment you withdrew it, and the harder she tries to get a reaction, the more she realizes you're not pretending, you're gone. 3. When she can't predict you. She can't control you. Women don't fear silence. They fear uncertainty. Before, she could push a button and get a response. You'd chase, explain, justify, react. You were her emotional puppet, unknowingly dancing on the strings of her validation games. But now, you're unreadable. Still neutral, and she has no clue what you'll do next. That unpredictability, it breaks her playbook. Suddenly, every message she sends feels like it's echoing into a void. No feedback, no hints, no breadcrumbs. You're no longer reacting. You're no longer triggered. And she doesn't know how to navigate a man who doesn't flinch. She can't fix what she can't figure out. And when control disappears, obsession begins. 4. No contact isn't just silence, it's a vanishing. No contact isn't the absence of noise, it's the absence of presence. She thought you were just mad, taking space, waiting for her to come to her senses, but she underestimated you. She didn't expect your silence to be permanent now. She sends messages into thin air. It's not just that you're not replying, it's that you're not even listening. You're not just out of her inbox, you're out of her world. There are no signs, no hints, no emotional trails left behind. Just stillness. Stillness that feels like death to someone who's used to attention. Even in conflict, you didn't just go quiet. You vanished like a ghost. And now, all she has left is the echo of your absence. 5. You became scarce, and scarcity breeds obsession when you were always available. She felt safe in neglecting you. She took her time. She kept you on the shelf because she knew you'd wait. But now, you're rare. And scarcity is magnetic. When a man becomes emotionally scarce, it becomes valuable not just to her, but to himself. Now she's scrambling. She scrolls your old messages, she checks your last scene. She replays voice notes, and every time she reaches out and gets nothing. She falls deeper because humans crave what they can't have, and she can't have you. Any more she could before, but she misread the expiration date, and now you're no longer an option. You're a lesson. 6. She can't replace what was rare. Shell. Try. You know that. She'll date someone new, she posts pictures, she fake laughs, but every new connection she makes will feel thin because what you gave wasn't just attention, it was presence, a grounded, masculine, reliable energy that isn't found on dating apps or in rebound flings. And as she moves on, well, she'll discover a painful truth. You can't replace a man who is real. You can copy his actions, you can mimic his gestures, but you can't fake the weight of his presence. And now, every room she walks into feels a little colder. Every man she entertains feels a little shallower, because none of them are you. 7. Detachment wasn't expected, and that's why it worked. She was prepared for distance, not detachment she expected. Space. Not silence that comes with no emotional strings attached. She thought you'd be watching, waiting. Hurting, but instead, you healed. You didn't detach to hurt her. You detached to heal you. And that's what broke her the most. Because now she realizes you're not even pretending to care. You're not baiting her. You're just gone. 8. The more you heal, the more she hurts at first. She thought your silence was weakness, that you were hurting, holding back, secretly hoping. But then she saw it, the glow. The peace. The quiet strength of a man who rebuilt himself. You're healthier mentally, sharper emotionally, unbothered. You didn't just stop chasing her, you stopped needing her. You started chasing your purpose, your vision, your next level, and with every step you take forward, she slips further behind. She didn't expect you to heal this way. She expected you to break. But the more whole you became, the more broken she felt. 9. She's replaying everything you feel. Nothing. She replays every moment, the texts, the laughs, the late night talks. She analyzes your last words. She wonders when things changed. She's stuck in the past, but you're gone. No emotion. No attachment. Just forward movement. Because you didn't just delete her number, you deleted the entire emotional file. She's searching for a reaction, but there's nothing left to find. You don't miss her. You don't hate her. You've just outgrown her. And that level of peace. It's what she never thought you'd find. 10. Being unreachable. Isn't revenge its resolution? It's the final move. Not the angry kind, not the loud kind, but the kind that's rooted in self-respect. You're not hiding, you're not baiting, you're simply done. You didn't become unreachable to punish her. You came unreachable because your growth made her irrelevant. She can't call you back because there's no line to dial. And even if she did, there's no man on the other end, just echoes. You've outgrown the dynamic. You've stepped into a new identity, one that no longer needs validation, explanation, or closure. You're not a memory. You're a mystery now. Closing message. Sage Eve. You've ever been the man who finally went silent, not as a tactic, but as a truth? If you've stopped explaining, stopped reacting, stopped making yourself accessible to someone who never valued the access, then comment below. I didn't ignore her. I outgrew her. Hit that like button. Subscribe. Turn on notifications. This is Truth Uncovered. Stay distant. Stay calm. And remember, your absence is your power.